What's a better investment? Investing in the stock market or investing in real estate, whether it be rental properties or flipping houses? That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. If you're new to the channel, my name is Kevin. This is Touchdown Trades. We talk about the stock market, the hottest stocks in the stock market every single day. But a lot of people don't know this about me. I'm also a realtor in the Atlanta, Georgia area. So I have knowledge on both investing, as I invest in the market full time, and I'm also a realtor, a real estate agent. So I have a kind of a good grasp on both of these areas. And the long unanswered question of what's a better investment, the stock market or real estate, it's going to be answered in this video. We're going to be breaking it down. We're going to be doing some deep data dives into stock market investing and real estate investing. And this is not going to be an opinion. We're going to be looking at the facts 100. So don't go anywhere. You're going to want to stay tuned for this one. Before we get started, I always ask for one favor. Every single video I ask for one small favor. That's to like the button, go down there and just start clicking all the buttons. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell because it helps the channel grow and I appreciate it. All right, let's break it down. Let's talk about real estate investing, stock market investing, and compare the two. Let's get it. What is better? Real estate investing or investing your money in the stock market? We're going to be answering that question in today's video. I am both a real estate agent, a realtor, and a full-time investor in the stock market. So I think I'm uniquely qualified to slap an answer on this question for once and for all. Real estate investing and stock market investing are the two most common forms of investing in the United States. If you own a home, you're invested in real estate. If you own rental properties, you're invested in real estate. If you flip houses, you're investing in real estate. If you're employed by a company that gives you a 401k, you're invested in the stock market. People want to invest their money, and that's smart. But what should you put your money in? Real estate or the stock market? Let's answer that question in today's video. We're going to be looking at a few different aspects of both real estate investing and stock market investing. Returns. What is going to give you the best ROI? We're going to be talking about that. Pros and cons of both. Both have pros, both have cons. So we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of investing in real estate and investing in the stock market. And towards the end of the video, I'll offer my opinion on which is better, real estate investing or putting your money in the stock market. Let's break it down. But before we get started, I got to plug my favorite broker. We've partnered with Webull on the channel. Webull is the top broker out there right now, in my opinion. And if you use the link in the description after the video, deposit $100 or more, you will get 3 free stocks valued up to $1,600. That is a 100% guaranteed investment. You deposit $100, you get 3 free stocks. Can't beat it. The best broker out there right now. Check out the link in the description after the video. All right, guys, the first thing I want to look at is returns. Over the last decade, what would have made you more money, investing in real estate or investing in the stock market? So we're going to break down the last decade and we're going to look at the average home prices, how much they've increased. And we're going to look at the stock market, the S&P 500, how much it's increased over the last 10 years. So first, let's check out the S&P 500. So right now it is 2020. So let's start in 2010. In 2010, we were trading at, let's find January 2010. January 2010, we were trading at about $115 on the SPY, the S&P 500 ETF. And today we're trading at 358. So we've seen a more than 100% increase in the S&P 500 over the last 10 years. All right, guys, so I got a chart pulled up showing the housing prices. And the farthest it goes back is November 2010, where the average home in the United States was around $172,000. And today the average home in the United States is $260,000. So This is not going to be exact, as some areas have provided better returns than others, as it's the same with buying stocks, right? Some stocks have done better, but in general, this will give us a good idea. So the S&P 500 has gone up over 100%. The average house price has gone up, 50, 60%. So at first glance, the stock market looks to have an edge over the last decade on returns. But you got to remember, if you're buying houses to rent, then it's not going to be equal, because a tenant is going to be paying the mortgage for you. So you got to there are some different factors that we'll talk about to look at. But right off the jump, the stock market has provided a better return over the last 10 years. All right, guys, let's talk about some of the pros, some of the cons of both real estate investing and stock market investing. First, let's talk about real estate. We got the pros pulled up. First pro for real estate investing is leverage. Leverage is how much you can increase your money. For example, if you only have $1 to spend, leverage would allow you to buy $5 of real estate. So most real estate investments only require you to put down 20% in order to make that investment. So if the house costs $200,000, you would only have to put down $40,000. So leverage is a really good aspect for real estate investing. Not having to put down the total purchase price of a rental home or an investment property allows you to make your money work for you. Pro number 2, emotions. When you're investing in real estate, you can't just buy and sell based on emotions. You're not able to. It's not liquid enough. When you're investing in stocks, if the stock drops very suddenly, there's a lot of volatility, you might get scared. And the number one problem for retail investors in the stock market is emotions, because if the stock goes against them, they sell. But you can't do that in real estate. And I think that's actually a very good aspect of real estate investing, is not being able to buy and sell. That's a problem for new investors in the stock market. Pro number 3 is renters pay the mortgage, baby. Renters pay the bills. So if you buy a rental house on a 30-year mortgage for, let's call it $200,000, we'll stick with that $200,000 number, and you get a tenant in there right away, you get a renter in there right away, and you charge $1,500 a month rent, your mortgage might only be $700-800 on that $200,000 house. So you're right away getting that tenant, that renter, to pay the mortgage for you, which is just awesome. And it allows you to free up your capital, make other investments, and it just starts to snowball from there. That's why I really think getting rental properties is a great way, a great place to invest your money. Pro number 4 for investing in real estate is low interest. So when you buy a home right now, you're going to get it at 3.5% interest, which is just a great interest rate. That is a great interest rate. If you're using leverage in the stock market, you're only going to be able to get 2-to-1 leverage on your investment with most brokers, and you're going to pay interest on that leverage, on that margin account with any stockbroker, probably around 6-7%. But when you invest in real estate, you're probably going to get a loan for about 3.5%, under 4% for sure. So the low interest is really good. All right, let's talk about real estate investing cons, the bad aspects about investing in the real estate sector. Okay, we got barrier to entry. You're going to need capital to invest in real estate. You're going to need that down payment to put on your first rental property, or if you want to flip a house, you're really going to need a lot of capital. You're going to need hard cash to put down on that house that you want to flip. But either way, it's a pretty high barrier to entry to get into real estate investing. Okay, con number 2, liquidity. If you want to buy and sell a house, it's going to take you a minute. You got to list it. You got to go through the closing process. You're not able to just buy and sell a house in one day like you could a stock. But that does have both pros and cons, right? Because real estate investing, you're going to have lower emotions attached to it, because if you invest in a stock, the price drops the next day, you can sell that stock. That's both a good thing and a bad thing. Repairs and maintenance. When you invest in real estate, you got to take care of the property. You got to have a landscaper come cut the grass. If something breaks in a rental property, you got to get it fixed. So that's going to have some money that you need to have set aside in order to account for rainy days when a water line bursts, or you got to pay the landscaper, or you need to slap a new coat of paint on in between renters. That's just something you need to account on when you have rental properties and you're investing in real estate. Con number 4, fees. When you buy a house, there's tons of fees associated with it. Or you have somebody managing your rental properties, taking care of it so you don't have to. You're going to have to pay them a fee. So there are a lot of fees associated with investing in real estate. Con number 5, the final con for investing in real estate is tenants are often crappy. You're going to have tenants wrecking your property, and when they move out, you're going to have to fix up the property, get it in ship shape for your next tenant, and you're just going to have problems with tenants paying the bills, going to collect your rent. You're going to always have problems when you're dealing with tenants renting your property. All right, let's move on to the stock market, my bread and butter. Let's talk about the stock market investing. First, let's break down the pros. We got pro number 1, low barrier to entry. You can invest $100 in the stock market. If you click the link in the description and sign up with Webull, you'll get 3 free stocks, but a low barrier to entry when you're investing in the stock market. You can invest $50 in the stock market with Robinhood or Webull. That's a great aspect about stock market investing, is you don't need a ton of money, and you can slowly build up your investing account by adding $50, $100 a month, and over time it grows and builds up, snowballs. You get that compounded interest. All right. Pro number 2, liquidity. You want to get in, you want to get out. You can buy and sell a stock the same day if you want to. When you invest in real estate, it takes time to sell it, to buy it. With the stock market, you're in and out whenever you want to be in and out. All right. Pro number 3, no fees. No commissions anymore, baby. We're not paying commissions. We stood up. We said, hey, brokers out there, we don't want to pay any more commissions. And then they said, okay. And they tucked their tail in between their legs. And now almost every major broker out there is not charging commissions. So we can invest in the stock market for little to no fees. All right. And the final pro about stock market investing is that if you buy and hold ETF or a good company long-term, you're almost guaranteed to make money on your investment. History has shown that over time, stocks go up. So if you buy the S&P 500 ETF today, even though it's pretty much at all-time highs, if you hold it forever, sure, it's going to go down, and you're going to be down. At some point, you're probably going to be down. But if you hold it forever, there will be a point where you're up on your investment, and that's not true for real estate. If you buy a crappy house at a bad deal in a bad neighborhood, you may never make money on that house. But stock market investing, you're almost guaranteed to make money if you hold it long enough. All right, guys, let's break down the cons of investing in the stock market. Okay, so con number 1, we got emotions. Emotions are the number 1 downfall for new investors in the stock market. They buy a stock at $10 and then it drops to $8 and they want to sell. With real estate, you can't do that because it takes too long for the transactions to go through, and you don't want to sell. You always want to buy the dip, sell the rip. Doesn't matter if you're investing in stocks, it doesn't matter if you're investing in real estate. Buy the dip, sell the rip, and a lot of new investors in the stock market end up buying the rip and selling the dip. That's just the way it goes. Stock-specific volatility. Okay, so the stock market can be extremely volatile, especially for new investors who want to invest in these high-risk growth companies. They can be extremely volatile and risky. The real estate market is also volatile, but it tends to be a little bit slower in movement. All right, lack of leverage. In the stock market, you're using your own money. You're using your own leverage, so the most you can get is 2-to-1 margin on any stock market account unless you're day trading, but that's a different story. So when you invest in real estate, you're only putting down 20% of your own money in most situations, unless you want to put down more, but that's up to you. And if you're a renter, if you're investing in rental properties, then your tenants are going to be paying that mortgage for you. In the stock market, you really can't do that. You're investing your own money. When you invest in the stock market, you're putting your own money into a brokerage account and investing it into the stocks that you want to invest in. When you invest in real estate, you buy rental properties, your tenant is paying that investment for you over time. If you hold the property for 20, 30 years, the tenant can pay the whole mortgage for you. That is a great aspect about investing in real estate. All right, guys, which is better, stock market investing or real estate investing? Both are great, right? Both are great. If you have the finances to invest in a rental property and put some money in the stock market, do both. But in my personal opinion, for new investors, younger people who don't have $500,000 to put some money in the stock market and to buy a rental property, I suggest opening a stock market brokerage account and starting to build your wealth. And maybe when you're a little bit older, you got your finances a little bit more under check, you have some money, buy a rental property and continue to slowly add money to a stock market investing account. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I have a chart pulled up here and it shows how much you would make in the stock market if you started with a $5,000 account, invested only $500 a month over the course of 10 years and made a 15% annual return on that money. That money slowly builds because of compound interest. The stock market provides you access to compound interest, which allows your money to snowball. So if you start with $5,000, add $500 a month, after 10 years, you would have invested $60,000 into your brokerage account. You would have made almost $100,000 interest, and it would be worth over $150,000. That is the power of compound interest. That is why I think stock market investing is the number one place to put your money. Open an account with $100, and if you're not making a lot of money, you're young, you're waiting tables like I used to do when I was a kid, then put $50, $100 a month in a stock market account, and by the time you're 60 years old, you'll be a millionaire. Trust me, it works like that. And by the time you're 40, you'll be able to buy a rental property, maybe a couple rental properties, and have your money diversified. But in my personal opinion, you should first get involved with the stock market and then look to branch out as you get older, as you build your wealth and you have more money to invest. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. If you got something from this video, do me a favor and like the button. Tells YouTube that these videos provide value and helps them to promote them to other like-minded investors. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe. What are you waiting on, homie? Subscribe. Also, check out the link in the description for Webull. Deposit $100, you get 3 free stocks. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Until next time, peace.